Hello, I'm Patricio Linamok and let's talk about overfishing. Overfishing. Overfishing is a form of overexploitation. Overfishing is a situation where one or more stocks of fish are reduced to below predefined levels of acceptance by fishing activity. Fishermen have started capturing more and more fish at a rate that is much faster than they can reproduce. Overfishing is one of the most problem, especially in the Philippines in the past years and even now.
One of the causes of overfishing is without having a knowledge about living below the sea. Some people don't think about the future if there will be not enough resources of fish. And also because some people, especially fishermen, who's poor and fighting for starvation. They don't care about if it is big enough to catch or not, as long as they can catch fish and serve it for their stomach and of course for their family. The reason also of overfishing is the time gap of catching fish in the ocean, especially fish products, maybe some of them abusing the resources of the sea. Try to imagine, if you're catching fish every day, they're not yet even reproducing, and let's say almost of the fish you've catch was having a time of reproducing. There must be a time gap or interval, or shall we say monitoring for the companies, such as for commercial fishing vessels, not only companies but all the fishermen, also to maintain and to avoid abusing the resources of the sea. Try to imagine a school of adult fish was all caught, and there must even 100% of chance that they will reproduce and they can lay 100 of eggs. Try to imagine that. This is what was said in the Republic Act 8550, Chapter 7, Section 128, Moratorium. Fishermen have started capturing more and more fish at a rate that is much faster than they can reproduce. Poor equipment that was used to capture fish, especially nets, was one of the reasons. The holes of the nets was too small and a small fish will be captured on it.
Violating the rules. It is said in the Republic Act 8550, Chapter 6, Section 95 that it is unlawful to fish an overfished area, especially closed season. The one who violates will be punished by imprisonment of 6 months to 6 years, and it will cancel your fishing permit or license. Effects of overfishing. One is lack of food resources would be the one of the effects of overfishing. It is a threat to us, especially the population grows rapidly, and of course we will consume food resources, and one of the resources will be the aquatic resources, especially the fish. Number two, the other aquatic species will be affected too. We're not only the one who's consuming the resources of the sea, also the other aquatic species in the sea also, like sharks and other fishes, and it will imbalance the food chain and food web. 3. Companies will be down too, and there must be a possibility that the cost will be increased because of the lack of fish resources. 4. Livelihood, especially to those fishermen who rely on catching fish. Selling it on the market is the only way to get money, and also a fisherman will become poorer. That is the only job that they can rely on, and it is only their resource of financial and food. 5. Implementation of seasonal catching of fish.
These are the solutions to lessen aforementioned problem. Some ways to lessen aforementioned problem. 1 is educating the people, especially the fishermen, so that they have knowledge about the right thing to do about fishing, especially with their equipments. Number 2 is government must monitor all the fisheries happening in our country, and the government must be strict about it to avoid abusive use of our resources. Number 3 is every people must aware and responsible about our aquatic resources. We can all benefit from it, and we must take care of the environment on it, and respect and give value on it. must think about the future. Be responsible. Number 3, last but not the least, we should implement seasonal catching of fishes, just like Puerto Princesa City, and it was strictly implemented in their city.
Now, we know what are the possible effects of overfishing. We must aware on it. It must be responsible of it. Think about the next generation. We cannot blame the people because of being desperate sometimes in order to get rid of starvation, and it is the only way to us to make money, especially for finance and living. We must use our resources responsibly and properly because when the time has come that there will be a lack of aquatic resources, there will be no comeback. We must act now and be responsible. I am Patricio Linamok, and thank you for watching.